Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Let's get straight to the forecast with meteorologist Zach Scott, because Zach, it is a lot colder today.
Yeah, big change up here. We've been talking about it all week long. Storm system coming in, out ahead of it. Warm spring-like weather for your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday. Late Wednesday, a chance of thunderstorms, front passes, colder air on the backside, and even the chance of snow mixing in. A wintry mix in parts of northwest Arkansas for Thursday morning, leading to a colder end of the work week before we start another warm-up through the weekend into Martin Luther King Day. Let's go ahead and track out the potential for this morning mix. Again, this is north of the I-40 corridor. Wintry mix this morning, trying to transition to a band of some all snow. It will likely be a narrow band. It's kind of broken up a little bit, but this is a minor event. We've been saying it all week long. We continue to look like that as we go through your Thursday. We're talking about some minor accumulations possible, certainly less than an inch on some grassy surfaces. If we can get that band to maybe have a little moderate burst in there, we can't completely rule out a slick spot, a brief one on a bridge or overpass. That's the further north you go towards Missouri, the better chance for some of that snow. And that's mainly between 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's the window for you to see that wintry mix in parts of northwest Arkansas. By late morning, a few lingering flurries in our eastern zones. Precipitation's off towards the east. We're lingering with the cloud. The colds continues to move in as we go through the day. We'll look for mostly cloudy skies north, some peaks of sunshine trying to get in our southern zone south of the I-40 corridor towards the Ouachita's has that better chance. Again, the further north you are into northwest Arkansas, the better the chance you have for some of that snow to mix in with some rain this morning, and then even a period transition to all snow will be possible. 7 to 11. That's that window for you to see that. Again, this is not expected to impact driving conditions around the area, but you can't rule out a brief slick spot out there as that band comes through. Temperature-wise, we're overall looking at 30s to some lower to mid-40s off towards the south, and what a cold night we have ahead going into Friday morning. We will look for temperatures to drop into the 20s. One last note I'll add, we're looking for highs today, 30s to 40s across the region. It'll feel more like the upper 20s to 30s with winds gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, a dog found bones right in the middle of Fayetteville, and police believe the bones are human. Now, they were found in a wooded area just off West Holly Street near the intersection of Garland and Weddington. Police say around 11 Tuesday night, a woman who lives in the apartment complex was letting her dog play in the area when it found what was described as a jawbone with teeth. The woman called police. That's when they launched their investigation. With it being dark in a heavily wooded area, officers had to wait until daylight to start their search on Wednesday. The coroner's office, Fayetteville Police, and the Washington County Sheriff's Office spent all of yesterday morning gathering evidence. They even used drones as part of that search. Before clearing the scene, police say they found even more remains.
You know, in this specific incident, if you look around the city of Fayetteville, a lot of people don't notice it just driving around, but there are heavy thickets within the city, and we have stumbled upon one here, so we utilize Washington County Sheriff's Office drone. They're more than happy to come out and help us in most every situation, so we're thankful for that, and we're going to utilize all the tools at our disposal to help us make this search more in-depth.
And voters in Poteau reject a pair of propositions yesterday that would have required 2 key positions to be appointed by the city council. Right now, they're elected by voters. Proposition 1 asks voters if the city council should appoint the police chief. It failed with just under 10% of the vote. Meanwhile, 87% of voters in Poteau cast their ballots against Proposition 2, which is asked if the street commissioner should be appointed by the Poteau City Council as well. And the Mega Millions jackpot just keeps on growing. There was no winner for that $1.1 billion drawing, so the estimated jackpot is now at $1.3 billion. It's the second highest number in the game's history. That next drawing for this is tomorrow on Friday. Of course, we'll have the numbers tomorrow night on your 5 News at 10. And let's talk about that travel nightmare for millions of airline passengers on Wednesday. Just 24 hours ago, more than 10,000 flights were canceled or delayed after an FAA computer outage. Now the FAA is working to understand why a key safety system failed. We're also learning the failure comes just a week after another system glitch temporarily delayed flights at key Florida airports. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg spoke to CBS News about the issues.
You've been very critical of the airlines and their operational challenges.
Yep.
Are you going to be as critical of DOT here, because this was a failure on your watch of your systems?
We're going to own it, we're going to find it, and we're going to fix it.
Do people need to worry about another failure like this tomorrow?
Well, what people need to know is that we will not allow anything to take place that is not safe. But this is precisely why our focus right now is on understanding, identifying, and correcting anything related to the root cause of how this happened in the first place.
The FAA announced they believe a corrupted database file likely triggered this latest aviation meltdown. And Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders had her first full day in office, and during that, she signed another executive order, marking her 8th order to sign since taking office this week. And this one focuses on fulfilling one of her biggest campaign promises, education reform. Ashley Godwin has more from the state capitol.
And today, I'm actually going to keep my own pen because I'm pretty excited about what I think we're going to do on this.
Governor Sanders hit the ground running, signing an executive order that details how she will reform education, all on her first full day in office.
We are going to have a laser-like focus on improving education here in the state.
The governor says this plan will expand childhood education, improve literacy, and expand charter school access. Her new pick for Education Secretary, Jacob Oliva, agrees.
We will see improved learning in the state of Arkansas. And when you look at what that impact is, we're talking about changing the lives for generations.
The order also has a clause for school safety and updating security measures. Governor Sanders said she hopes to have all of these priorities compiled into one education reform bill for the legislature to be presented soon. Covering news where you live, Ashley Godwin, 5 News.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Have a great day.